our call. Indiana State with 4 starters back this season. They returned the bulk of their roster. So, Coach Killinger, how are you doing? Chad, can you hear us?
I think he's doing great.
All right, I got you guys.
Okay, cool. We weren't sure.
Down from watching film the other night.
Oh, you're good. Well, Coach, you returned 9 returnees, but you said this summer you still consider this a really young group with a lot of untapped potential. Now that the practices started, where do you see that untapped potential really helping this team the most on the floor?
Well, I think from an athletic standpoint, just one area that we've been trying to focus on is just defensively. Giving up 75 points a game, you're not going to win a lot of games with that being the case. So we've really kind of turned the tables a little bit just in terms of our approach to the defensive end of the floor and really focusing on that early on. Spent a lot of time over the summer and earlier in the preseason working on offensive things and kind of letting them grasp those concepts. But now really just focus defensively on what they need to do and taking advantage of some of that athleticism that we have.
One of those athletes that you have is Marie Hunter. Break down her scout a little bit, where she's improved and how she can add to what you want to do.
Yeah, she's been just more consistent shooting that jump shot. Obviously very strong, taking the ball off the dribble and trying to get to the rim. And she can finish against contact and can make some moves that are kind of highlight reel moves around the rim to finish and some double clutches and things like that. So it does a really good job. Just in terms of being patient now from an offensive standpoint, I think maybe she pressed a little bit last year in terms of shot selection. And so just really trying to improve that shot selection and just a tough kid, just a tough-minded kid, who gives us several different dimensions on both ends of the floor, can guard multiple positions. And, from an offensive standpoint, just when you get her out in the open floor, I think she creates some excitement.
Coach, you brought in 4 newcomers, 3 impact transfers, and then a freshman. With it, you brought in some size. So how do you see those 4 immediately impacting your style of play?
Well, I think one kid that's really stood out to this point is Ariana Smith. She's really done a great job of just adjusting quicker than we thought she would. We knew she was talented. When obviously you get the job, you start looking at who's coming in, who they had signed previously. And, she's a kid that we thought she's got a chance to be pretty good. And just the more and more we see her every day, the more impressed we are. She's a vocal leader. She works really hard. She's a great rebounder. So I think, she's going to be a kid that, we look for some big production from, even as a freshman. We talked to her just the other day about, helping us lay that foundation that we're trying to lay in your first year with the program and how big part of that she can be. And that excites her, having that opportunity. From a size perspective, I call her Big Flo. She does a really good job of just being physical in the paint, changes some shots. And I think one thing that's been great with this group is they can challenge each other on the court. And then off the floor, it doesn't carry over. They're very, very competitive. You wouldn't think that would be the case, when you look at a team that's struggled the last 2 years, but that's one thing I think another thing I've been impressed with is just how competitive they are with the drill work and, they don't want to run when they lose and everything. So they're just really competitive group. And I think Florence brings that size and that presence in the paint that maybe we didn't have in the past couple of years. Tanisha Curry, she's just another kid that just plays so hard. She's another one, multiple positions. I always believe you can create some depth with having kids that can play multiple positions. And she's a kid that can play up to 3 positions for us and just works hard, still trying to get better. She's going into her last year of eligibility, but she's still like, what can I do to get better, coach? What do I need to work on? So I just love having that kind of mindset. And then Anna McKendry, obviously, I'm really familiar with her. She played with us at Nicholls State last year, but she's just another tough kid. I mean, she'll take 2 or 3 charges every practice. Shoots the ball extremely well. She's one of those kids that will pass up a shot and everybody's like, shoot the ball. She kind of went through that a little bit last year where she started to have some doubt when she should shoot, when she should pass, and when she should put the ball on the floor. And she passed up a shot a couple weeks ago in practice, and everybody was yelling at her to shoot the ball. And I was like, I kind of shut that down. I was like, let her decide. when she needs to shoot the ball, because last year that kind of messed with her head a little bit. And so we're just trying to let her play with some freedom, and she does more than just shoot the ball. Off the ball defensively, she's pretty good, but I think all those kids, I think it'll be a big boost for us, just from a competitive standpoint in practice every day. But then when we go to the bench, we have confidence in those kids being able to help.
Coach, I can hear a culture in your tone, tough-minded, growth-minded mindset. Where does some of your influences come from? You're going to be new to the Valley. You're going to go into some environments and people are going to want to know, who is this guy, the coach at Indiana State? Tell us a little bit about you very quickly.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what my career has been. I'm not, I played Division III baseball. I wasn't I don't have the basketball playing pedigree that some coaches have. But I know, I know what it's like to be a college athlete, having experienced that. So I do have, experience as far as that's concerned. But I just feel like just getting to start at the junior college level and just knowing how hard you have to work, how your resources are not where they need to be at that level. Sleeping in a car on a recruiting trip, eating Vienna sausages and crackers on recruiting trips for meals. I mean, whatever, you were going to do whatever it took to win. And so I think that's kind of where that's built from, is what we've done from a junior college standpoint, coming up through those ranks, proving yourself, letting people see how hard you work. That makes people believe in you and what you're trying to do. And then, it just translates to what you do as a head coach on the floor, and what your expectations become for your program. And I look at everything that we have here at Indiana State, and I thank God every morning when I wake up that I'm here and I'm getting to do what I love and just living a dream.
Awesome. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time with us today. And Debbie and I look forward to getting to know you better this season.
All right. I look forward to it too. Thank you, guys.